Okay, today we're going to go through and look at Filmora version 9. So I've got the application loaded on the screen here, and we're going to first of all bring some files in. But before I do, I'll just explain. There's 3 regions on the screen. This part here is going to hold the video clips that we bring in. Over here is like a television screen, and that's going to show us our video clips and the parts that we put together, the finished product. And the bottom part here is where we do the editing, and this is the video timeline stretching along here. So we'll have a look at that as we drag in the different video clips. So first of all, we're going to bring in the video clips that we've done and downloaded to the PC. So I'm zoomed in at the moment to the top left hand corner, and I'm going to go to File at the top there, right at the top, File, Import Media Files. We then get a normal dialog box up that will enable us to go to wherever we need to go to pick up our clips. And I've got mine in an area called Test Data. It's just a folder called Test Data, and it's got 5 video clips in. So in the normal way, we just click on the first one, hold the Shift key down, and click on the last one to select all of them. We've got all 5 video clips selected now, and we say open at the bottom. We click open. What happens now is that the clips are now brought into the Filmora application, and there they are, all sitting in there. They're still on the computer, but they're shown here in the Filmora application. So now we've got our 5 files into the application, and we're going to join these files together on the video timeline. So I'm going to drag the first of these video clips, because they are in order in which I actually took these video clips. So if I click on one and bring it down, do you see that it turns into a square, an oblong that is I can move. I've not lifted my finger off the mouse key, but I want it on the, it won't go anywhere else. Well, it will go in several places, but I want it to go in that second line down, and I'm going to just put it right at the end there and release my finger. I've now got a message up here saying about the resolution of the frame of the video clip. I'm going to just click on where it says match to media. That was just a message, really. Now you'll see that 2 things have happened here. Firstly, our clip is being shown in this window here, and also if we zoom down the bottom here, let's see if we can zoom down and have a look at it. You can see that the video clip is sitting here along here in its entirety, and if you look along the top here where these numbers are, you'll notice that you can read off really how long this clip is. Now it's sitting in the video suite itself. You can see it's about just over 12 seconds long, because it matches that number at the top. It starts at this point here, and it goes all the way to here. Now with our video clip in place, I've centered the camera now pointing in the top right hand corner where the video can be shown, and I'm just going to play this video clip now. So there's the play icon there, there's a little diamond. So if I press that, you'll see that the pointer is going across. This is the showing you the extent of the video, and the video is playing there in the top. Now you may have noticed that if we play it again, and we can play it as many times as we like, I did this on purpose, but the camera sweeps around on this view of my garden, and then at a point towards the end I just suddenly kind of whiz around, and I did that intentionally because that part right at the end I want to cut off. So let's see how we can do that. First of all, I've brought the camera back out, I've zoomed back out, we've still got our video clip here in the top, and here it is sitting down here. This red line with the X on, I can grasp that with my cursor, with my finger on my mouse button, and you see if I pull it back in time, the video at the top here moves as well, and I can bring the line right the way back to the start there. Now of course if I press play again, the video is playing here, but you see that the red line is moving here as well and showing us the position where it is along the video track. Now what I just said was that I wish to actually cut the end of this video to take out that part where I swung the camera across. I don't need that part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this red line back again and try and find the place where it swings. It's there. Do you see that? I'm just going backwards and forwards with the red line, and it's there. Right there. That's where I want to cut the video. Okay, so I zoomed in to the video track and I'm showing the red line where I wanted to make the cut in the video. On this side, the right hand side of the red line here is the part I want to take away. On the left hand side is the part I want to retain. But first I have to snip, or let's say cut, the video track. So if I right click on, whilst the cursor is hovering over the track, it has to be over the track, right click, and a number of options come up, one of which is called split. Can you just see that at the top there, split? And I want to click split. Now let's see, let's take the red line away and zoom in a little bit more. You should see that actually the video has been cut. There's a bit here and a bit on this side as well. Now this bit I want to remove, so if I hover over this part of the video and right click, I can delete. Now let's zoom back out, and we're going to pull the red line back to the beginning and play the video again. We see the garden again and me sweeping the video across, and when it got to that point round about here, the video stops because I've just cut off that part I didn't want. So now I want to add in my second clip. So here's my library at the top here, and the second file in is a clip of the pond. You can see the pond here because I've actually got it highlighted. I single clicked the pond, but if I double click here, up here, the video clip will play over this side. So I can actually see what these clips are, and I can double click on another one up the top here and just see what it looks like before I edit it. And if you notice that at the end of this clip of the pond, yet again there is part of the video I want to cut off. But first I'm going to drag the pond video clip from here, keep my finger on the mouse and drag it down, and I'm going to put it on the same line as the last video clip, and I'm going to drag it so that it actually sticks to there, sticks to the last track. Now let's see what that looks like. So if I move my red line, because I know what the rest of this video looks like, I'm going to move my red line right away to the end of the first clip here, leave it there, and you'll see the play there. Let's leave it like that, and I'll show you what it looks like. If you watch the video as I play it now, the first clip finishes and then it goes straight into the pond. So the pond part is now playing, and at a part towards the end there, I jerked the camera up. I did that on purpose, and again I want to cut that bit off, so I'm moving the red line back to that point. I can see on the screen where I did it, it's about there. So I want to finish the pond part of the video just there. So the red line is on the second video clip, and if I right click again and split, press split, I can right click on that last part and delete. Now I've got two video clips together on the timeline, one going into another. So with our two video clips joined together on the timeline here, it would be good, let's play the two together, let's play one after the other. So I'm putting the line towards the end of the first clip and pressing play. It just goes straight into the second one. It would be nice if there was a nice transition between one clip and the other clip. So we're going to go to transitions now. At the top here, what's been highlighted so far is media. It's in blue. This is our media here, our video clips. But I'm now going to press transitions. That's at the top, and if I press transitions, that goes blue there, and that shows us a selection of different types of transition. And we can scroll down, there's a bar here, there's many types of transition here, and if you look at the left hand side, there's all sorts of different styles of transition, and you can go into these and have a look at all sorts of different types. Now I'm in warp, and it says there's 37 types of transition here. Let's pick one and see what it does. So first, and this has got nothing to do with our video at the moment over there, if I click on warp 7, you see the video over here now changes, and if I play over here now, we can see a demonstration of what warp 7 would look like. Okay, so after thinking about the type of transition we would like, we're going to use Warp 7 in this particular instance. You can use any one you want. I'm going to click on Warp 7, hold my finger down on the mouse and drag it. And where I'm going to drag it to is, I'm going to drag it right in the middle of where, if I can zoom in, you see it's dragged right in the middle of where the two video clips, my video clips, finish and start. And I'm going to take my finger off the key, off the mouse, and there it is. Can you see that that transition is now on the line between my two video clips. Now let's center on the video here. Take my word for it. I'm going to pull the red line back to the start of the video and we're going to play it again, and press the play and my video plays. And when it gets to that point at the end of the first video clip, there'll be a transition there to the pond. So it's much nicer than an abrupt end and start of the next clip. So now, with our two clips in place and our transition in the middle, we're now going to add to our video a title. So we go up to the top and press titles, and the screen changes to various titles. And because we want to put a title at the top or at the front of the video here at this part, we can select one of these boxes, one of these titles, and let's select this one here, title 27 it says. We can play it and see what it looks like. So that's what our title will look like when we play it. And we can play it as many times as we like, see what it looks like, move to another one maybe and have a look at that. I quite like title 27, so let's pick it up. Put the mouse cursor over the title and drag it. Keep your finger on the mouse. Now I want this title, you see it's down the bottom here, I want it to go at the front, not on this line above but on the line where our video is. So if I push it down onto our line and release my finger from the button, you'll see that the title has put itself in place, but it's pushed our video along, because the title will be at the front and then our video will play. Now we want to change this title, so if we double click on the title and we look up here, we see that we can now edit the words. There's some words in there already and we can't change that over there. We can't actually edit this part here. This is what the title looks like, but over here is where we can actually change. So I'm going to highlight where that says Lorem Ipsum. I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to put there my first video, and as I type that here, you see it's changed it over here as well. Now I could pick this up and I could drag this title anywhere I like on the screen. Let's put it right at the top there. So that's my title, and I can change over here the colour of my titles, the style of it. If I click on a style, then I could type. When I type, then I can change the settings. So let's see, if I highlight this text here, highlight it and press one of these styles, yes, I think that's changed it. So let's go back to our video down the bottom here and play this now and see what happens. So the title comes up, my first video, and then we're straight into our video again as this line moves along. So I can pause this now. You can play the pause, you can hit the pause button up here any time you like. I want a transition between the end of the titles and the start of the video, just like we put a transition in between the first and second video clip. So up the top, excuse me, not up to the top, you've got to press OK here first. Now I can go to transitions and let's try wormhole 6 this time. So if I pick up wormhole 6 as my transition and down to the bottom here, I'm hoping you can see that if I zoom in more, there, just there, that's the box. I'm going to drop it on the titles there. So I've got two transitions, one at the end of titles, one at the end of the video clip 1. Now, okay, let's play our video clip in its entirety now. So we drag the red line back to the beginning, press play at the top here, we have our titles come up, and now we should see a transition, yes, to our video as the first part of our video plays. And then coming up to the second transition to the pond, and that plays, and that will play right to the end. The red line will stop at the end of the line. Now I'm going to now add in another part to the end of the video. So I'm going to end my very short video here. I've just got two pieces of video in here joined together, but I could then start to add more clips in, and I would go from here, this transition area that I just last used, I would go up the top here to media, and I'd pick my next video clip to insert. But I'm going to end this now. I'm going to go to titles, and I'm going to pick credit 6 here in end credits. So I've highlighted end credits, and I'm going to pick up credit 6 and drag this to the end of my video. And again, I'm going to make sure that it's right on the end of my clips. So let's pull the red line out of the way. You can see what happens when I go back and forth with the red line. That's my clip. Let's double click on the mauve part at the end here, which is what I've just placed. Double click that, and this is where I'm going to change these two things. So it's highlighted directed by at the moment. I'm just going to delete that, so I'm just going to press the delete key to get rid of it. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, let's highlight it. Let's highlight it up here and press delete, so that goes away. And where it says Jane Doe there, I'm going to just type the words, highlight Jane Doe and type the space end, and I'm going to move this here. I'm going to click on it and highlight it, and I'm going to drag it into the middle of the screen. That's it. It's very simple, very easy to do. Now let's play the whole clip in its entirety, moving the red line back to the start, clicking play here. The title comes up, my first video, transitions to the first video clip, plays the first video clip, and then into the second transition, plays the pond, and then it will just come up with the end at the end. In actual fact, of course, what I need at the end here is another transition. So I'm pressing OK here, going to transition, and I'll pick up one of these other transitions here and do the same. Place it over the end of the second clip and the end marker, and that's our last transition. Let's move the red line back into the pond again, press play, and watch it transition nicely to the end. And that's the end of the video. So the last bits to do, this is my complete video now. I'm finished with this now. If I go up to the top here, File, and Save Project As, and I can go to anywhere I like, but I'm going to just put it there. I can name it whatever I want to name it, but that will save the project. Save, and that's saved it. So if I was to come back in here again, I can open that project up, and this is what it would show me. So if during the middle of editing you've had enough and you just want to leave it there, you need to save your project first. So we've saved it, but that's not how we can make a video and export it. So we need to do that after we've finished what we're doing. So we've finished with this video, we've saved the project, and now we're going to export it. So up the top here, a blue button says export. Export. There's several different settings here. We need to make it an MP4 file, blue. The name of the video, I'm going to change it to my first video. Name, save to. I'm going to click on the folder icon there, and I'm going to change where that's going to save it. I actually want it to be saved in an area that I say I want it saved to. So I've got various videos in here, and I want to save it into test data. That's where all my files were. So I've selected the folder here, save to, and the folder. These resolutions are okay. Frame rate, size, and you then just press export. Now that's doing whatever it needs to do. It's not going to take very long because it's a very short video. It's already 13-14%, but that will continue until it's finished, and I'll show you what's in the folder once it's done its rendering. So just to show you the end product, I've come out of Filmora now, and this is just File Manager. It's finished its rendering of the project, my first video. There it is, that's the end product. So if I double click on there, I usually have to move this window about a bit because it's too big, and then click the square at the top. If I play this, this is my video playing as I've edited it, and this isn't now playing on Filmora, this is actually playing as a movie. Not very long at all, but just an experiment of joining two video clips together. The end. I hope you get on well. Bye for now.